First off, Jono, how have you been keeping at the moment?
Not too bad, really. Obviously, we're all in lockdown, but it's been good because I've been with the family and that.
We never really got to say a proper goodbye to you. You had to retire due to a serious knee injury. Did you get a lot of messages of support from, your players and fans and that when it happened?
Yeah, I did. Obviously, I got a few phone calls, texts and whatnot, just wishing me all the best, really. But yeah, it was really nice.
And how did you pick up the injury? Was it something that had been with you for a while?
Yeah, it started when I was about 17. I had some cartilage taken out, then got rushed back about 3 months, 3 months. It was all fine then, and then I went to Oldham when I was 27. It started flaring up a bit, so I had another operation, and then obviously 5 years later, it's done too much damage, so I had to just retire. I'm gutted, but it's just the way it is.
I think Matt said that it got to the stage where your knee joints were literally rubbing against each other. Was that the case?
Yeah, that's what it was. Basically, every time I went out training, within 20 minutes, half an hour, my knee started swelling up. Obviously, I tried to get through it. Tried to get through to the end of the season, but it was so difficult because, if you've got no movement in your knee, then you can't run, you can't jump, you can't do anything. But yeah, it's just the way it is.
I mean, is that something you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life as well? As in, is there other ways you can sort of improve the condition?
Yeah, it's just basic, just not really much physical exercise. Like pounded on the ground, so I can't go out running. Majority of my exercise now is on the bike because it's less impact. But I've tried to do certain things, to help it out. But at the end of the day, I'll probably need a knee replacement before I'm 50.
Yeah, and your game was all about speed and running and pace, so I guess it must be quite difficult to adapt to not being able to do that anymore.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember last time I actually sprinted.
In your mind, though, had you prepared for the day that you had to call it a day?
Yeah, it came 2 years too soon. I was preparing to retire when I was 35. Obviously, I've got to 33, so yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but I think I've had a decent enough career, so I'm happy.
Absolutely. I think Matt was gutted that you only managed to spend a year with us because he thought you still had a lot to give at that point.
Oh, yeah. Well, physically I was okay, other than my knee. Mentally, I was fine. I really enjoyed it down there. So, yeah, I'm disappointed, but obviously we've got to move on.
What kind of support do you get when you find that you have to retire? Do you get support from the PFA and stuff like that, or how does it really work?
Yeah, obviously the PFA help you out. I've spoke to them a couple of times, but I think I'm going to go on my own path and try and get another job.
But has it been good to spend some extra time with the family and that as well? I mean, think of all that time you've missed over the years on the weekends and stuff. Now you've got this extra.
Yeah, it's good because I've got my Saturdays back now. So the kids are loving it. Yeah, it's obviously a positive in some ways because I get to spend more time with my family. Because, like you said, every Saturday, sometimes Friday nights, Saturday nights, you're away with the lads. But now they're stuck with me now. They're stuck with me.
I assume you're not missing the likes of Exeter to Carlisle on the bus. Those 8-hour journeys.
Honestly, that was probably the longest journey ever. I think it took about 9 hours, didn't it? Oh, no, I don't miss that. I'll tell you that now.
Just on your career, born in Sheffield and you started off at Sheffield United. Was that the team you supported as a youngster?
Yeah, yeah.
And how did you enjoy your time there?
Well, the first time was brilliant, obviously, because I came through. I started when I was about 12, 13. And then I went on to, well, I think went on to Scunthorpe after that. But yeah, that experience was brilliant. Obviously, they taught me a lot, and I'm very thankful.
I believe you're good friends with the likes of Billy Sharp and some of the players there to this day. How impressed have you been and how well they're doing at the moment?
Oh, they're doing brilliant, aren't they? Obviously, Billy's still going strong. I don't think he's going to give up either. So he could go till he's about 40. That kid.
I think they've surprised a lot of people with how well they're doing as well, haven't they?
Yeah. But you could see from when they was in the Championship, they've got a good team spirit, and they've got some good players there as well, and they're adding more as well. So yeah, I think they'll stay in the Premiership for quite a long time.
And Chris Wilder's a very good manager, isn't it? They'll be lucky to hold on to him.
Yeah, obviously you saw it when he was at Northampton. That he did well there, and then he obviously moved on to Sheffield United, and then he's done absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, long may it continue.
From Sheffield, you had a few loan spells at Doncaster before joining Scunthorpe, and then joining Southampton, Oldham, and Notts County on permanent deals. What would you say was the best time of your career? Which club?
Which club?
Yeah.
Well, my first loan spell at Doncaster, I really enjoyed that because obviously it's a different environment. I was only 18, 19 years old. But then the following year, I went back to Doncaster and we won the Johnson's Paint Trophy. That was a great year. Obviously, Southampton as well. Playing again with so many great players. That was probably one of the highlights of my career as well.
Like you said, at Southampton, you were there for a while, but you didn't play too much. Did you think that you didn't get as big an opportunity as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but it's understandable because obviously Ricky Lambert, got Adam Lallana, Morgan Sidley. You've got all those players that you're up against, and you've seen where they've gone, like some of them, Man U, Liverpool. So it's hard to compete with that. But yeah,
you had a few loan spells as well. Which of those do you think you were made most welcome at? Would you say?
Probably most of them, really. Everyone makes you feel welcome. The ones that I really enjoyed was, like I said, Doncaster, Notts County, obviously, because I kept going back there. Yeah, but yeah, Notts County is probably the best one I've been to.
What's it like being a lone player as well? What's that first day like when you meet your new teammates?
Well, hopefully you've got someone that that you can latch onto. But yeah, obviously you just walk in, you introduce yourself, and you just get on with it.
And you made to do the same initiations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, they ain't good either. Singing and dancing and whatever.
What was your go-to song when you had to do those?
Fresh Prince.
Can't
beat that, can you? Yeah, you can't. Everyone knows it, so.
You know all the words?
Yeah, but I'm not going to show you.
I'm guessing Notts County was an interesting time as well in your career. That's successful in the season you were with them, narrowly missing out on the playoff final, and then the following season suffering their first relegation out of the Football League. I guess, it must be a bit sort of conflicting feelings for you. Yeah,
obviously, like the season when I was there permanently, it was really good. Like, I loved it. Obviously, I was in and out of the team because obviously people I can't say, but like obviously we had 3 or 4 strikers that was competing, and they preferred certain other strikers. But obviously, when I got my chance, I took it. But yeah, it was really good. Like I enjoyed it because it was a different side of the game to what, because obviously we got it down and passed it and whatnot. But I think Kevin Nolan, he had a different way to things. It was more, I don't know, more direct, and it worked for us. It really did work for us. Obviously, the season after, it didn't work so well. And,
do you have any idea what happened there? Did you keep in touch with your former teammates and stuff?
Yeah, I think they couldn't put the finger on it. Basically, I think they brought a few other players in that really didn't adapt to what was going on. Obviously, I think Kevin Nolan wants to change a few things where try and get it down a bit more, but it just didn't work. And obviously, what happened after that.
And you scored a pretty decent goal in the playoff semi-final, I remember as well.
Yeah, I did indeed. But it didn't work. We didn't progress, so I'm a bit gutted.
It didn't quite work out for Exeter that season. So
No.
Won't on that. Your first signings when he became manager, how did he sell the club to you?
Well, I went down there, and obviously I looked at the training facilities and what Matt had to say, and basically I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Like, obviously it was hard for me because my family wasn't coming down with me, but I was like, well, I can't give up this opportunity, because obviously they want to get promoted and whatnot, and I want to do that as well. I wanted to get back into League One. So yeah, it was that meeting what I had with Matt. It sold it to me.
And it didn't affect it at all that Matt was, a rookie manager in coming into his first spell in management.
No, not at all. Obviously, I looked at the team, and there was some experienced players there as well. So even if he needed help, you can give a helping hand. You know what I mean?
And you mentioned the facilities helped sway it for you a bit. Just what are the training facilities like compared to other clubs, at our level?
Far superior to other teams. Yeah,
it's probably what you pay, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Some teams we had to train on parks and stuff, but it weren't good. That no, I weren't too happy with that.
And you got off to a pretty flying start on your debut at St James Park, scoring and assisting in that 3-1 win over Carlisle, which was Matt's first match. It must have been a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it was a good feeling, obviously, to score and to play fairly well. Yeah, it set us off quite well, really, that game. Obviously, it was the first 10 games we really did well. Yeah.
And what did you make of St James Park for your first, playing there for the first time?
It was hot, very hot. Tell you that. Yeah, it was good because I think they changed the stand and whatnot. And before, when I've come down, it's usually been on a Tuesday night and it's raining and it's cold, but it was a different scenery, so it was nice.
It's a bit of a different stadium to the norm, really, isn't it? With the big stand, big bank behind the goal.
Yeah. It's obviously every stadium is unique, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did.
You scored the 1000th goal under trust ownership at Exeter City. You were pretty much winded in the process, I think. What are your memories of that goal against Cheltenham?
I remember thinking when the ball got kicked in my stomach, I was like, wow, I might go down. and then I saw the goal. I thought, no, I'm going to score now.
If you look back at the goal, you see you take a few deep breaths as soon as the ball hits you.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's winded me badly. And then, but literally, I looked up. I thought, I can't go down here. Like the goal's right in front of me. I can't go down. So
And the irony of that is that the player you took the ball off, Nigel, now plays for Exeter as well.
Yeah, no, I know. I saw him obviously when I came back, and we had a little chat about it. But yeah, he seems a great guy as well.
Definitely. Was it nice to get rewarded with a trophy? I think was it a plate they gave you for scoring that goal?
Yeah. Tell you what. One second. There we go.
Look at that. You've been keeping it clean as well, looks like, and shiny.
Well, not me. Not me, the wife has, though.
I'm assuming you don't eat your dinner off it.
Yeah.
Just touching on the MK Dons game as well. You probably one of your best performances in the City Show, I'd say. You covered every blade of grass and went off to a standing ovation. Is that up there with one of the best games you've had, would you say?
Yeah, but for Exeter, yeah, it was really good because obviously there was a lot of, there was a lot of hype about the game. Obviously, why, Tidsdale and stuff, but it was good. Like everyone was at it, so if you see someone at it, you're going to go, right, that's it. I'm going for it as well. So I think that just went throughout the team. It was brilliant. Yeah, it's really good.
And were you suffering with a lot of pain as well at that time? As in, you were literally everywhere, but you wouldn't have known that you had this.
It was kind of building up. I could feel my knees swelling a little bit, but I don't know where I got my second wind. But yeah, but yeah, it was like taking its toll then. But yeah.
You went to see City play Oldham at Oldham earlier in the season, I believe. Did you manage to catch up with everyone then?
Yeah, I went into the dressing room afterwards, to have a word with the lads and that. But yeah, they all seem fine, and they're flying now, aren't they? They're absolutely well. They was flying. I don't know what's going to happen.
It must be a bit strange for you as well in this situation because obviously, now you finished playing. It'd be interesting to see how you'd have reacted if you were, still playing and just kind of waiting for football to return.
Yeah, no, it is weird because I've got friends that are like doesn't know what to do, what they're doing. Some are out of contract. It's such a bizarre scenario that we're in. Obviously, it's never happened before, and like I'm just sat there. I'm like, is it probably a good time for me to retire anyway?
You played and scored goals in the Championship, League One and League Two. I mean, you must look back on your career with a lot of pride. Yeah,
obviously. I'm very thankful for what I've done and who's helped me during my career. Yeah, I'm really thankful. But obviously, I'd love to have played in the Premiership. That's the one thing that's like a bit of a regret. Obviously, it might not have been good enough, but it's always a dream, isn't it?
Absolutely. And your best goal scoring season came at Oldham, where you got 14 league goals in the 2014-15 season. Would you say you were playing your best football at that point? Did everything sort of click?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good squad. There was fairly young. I think I was about 27, 28 at the time. So I was like in my era of peak. But yeah, it was a great atmosphere as well. And obviously there's a few players that's gone on to do better things and whatnot. But yeah, I really enjoyed that time.
And what would you say was the highlight of your career if you had to pick one?
It's basic promotions, getting promoted. I've been promoted quite a few times. Obviously, Scunthorpe, Southampton, from League One to Championship. Obviously, the Premiership, I didn't play as much, but still, obviously, it's still on your CV that you got promoted. But yeah, it's just the promotions and all the individual like accolades and whatever. It's good, but collectively, promotion. You can't beat it.
Yeah. And if you had to pick one goal that stands out to you, what would that be?
I really couldn't tell you. You know, obviously the ones like a recent. Obviously the 1000th goal that was good. I loved that. Obviously the playoff semi-final. My first goal, my first professional goal. Yeah, they're all up there. I can't pick one.
I guess they're all special in their own way, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does the future have in store for you? Have you are
Oh,
you working on at the moment? Have you got plans in place?
at the moment, I'm not working. I'm just studying. I'm just doing my coaching badges at the moment, and then I'm training to be a personal trainer. Looking to go into that field, and then possibly, yeah, I'll keep the other one quiet. But yeah, I'm just studying away. I'm just studying away.
Would you ever consider football management? I mean, you love doing interviews after all.
Yeah, no. I don't know about manager, but a coach. Yeah, I'd like to be a coach, but other than that, that's probably as far as I'll go within like the football industry.
I mean, I think you've definitely got the personality for it as well. I mean, you're quite a people person, though, aren't you? I mean, I think Matt was saying how much they miss you around the dressing room as well. Really, you know, just for your character.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Well, thanks for your time, Jono. And
not a problem, mate.
Carry on with your studying and stay safe.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks.